This is the next episode of my XR Weekly News. We are in week 10, 2026. Yeah, and I'm feeling really good right now. I'm looking forward to all what's coming in the next month in VR and so on. And yeah, the weather here in Germany is getting too hot. Like we already had like 16 to 20 degrees Celsius. This is not my weather, you know. I prefer colder weather, but yeah. Summer and spring is coming, and I think, yeah, I hope that this summer is not as bad as the last one, where like nothing happened or so. But we will see. So everything about XR hardware games releases and sales. Let's have some fun with the XR Weekly News, and let's go.
VoodooDE.
Let's start with the bad news. Perhaps you know nDreams, a really huge VR company, and they announced that they will shut down 2 of its 3 studios. And this is a lot, and they will lay off like 78 employees, which is really much for such a company. And this is really sad news, because that was a really huge company. And yeah, when we check out the games that they made, I'm pretty sure you know some of them. Reach, then Grid and Valor, Frenzies, Vendetta Forever, Power Wash Simulator, Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord, Synapse, Frag, Little Cities, Far Cry VR, Phantom Covered Ops, Shooty Fruity, The Assembly, Oh. Guys, this is really sad news, and I'm pretty sure like when we see this, there will be not like a premium AAA game in the future by this company. And yeah, so actually it looks like the whole VR sector is struggling a lot, but not only the VR sector, also like the whole entertainment company like Flat Games or so are seeing a lot of layoffs, and I really hope this trend is going not much far in the future, so we will see better times soon, hopefully. But yeah, now we have to rely on other companies or other things VR related. Wow. And the next news is from Pico. Oh yeah, Pico is still alive. And before the GDC starts, they made a short announcement of their upcoming Apple Vision Pro's competitor. It's a competitor, yeah, right. And so this project is still called Project Swan. It runs on a new operating system, Pico OS 6. And we have some technical specifications, like we have Micro-OLED display, which is really good. We have 4000 pixels per inch, that results in 40 pixels per degree, and with a center sweet spot exceeding 45 pixels per degree. This is more than the Apple Vision Pro M2, guys. Whoa! And then we have a dual chip architecture. That means we have double the performance CPU and GPU versus the XR2 Gen 2, which is really nice. They also say they have like an integration where you can integrate Android apps better into the environment, so it's more immersive. And they also have something like a 3D space and also a 360-degree interface, which is called Pano Screen, where you can work, you can do mixed reality, multitasking, and also everything supports hand tracking and mouse and keyboard and controllers. Interesting. And they already have like an early access program where you can try to get in and to get this headset early. I'm also looking forward to that. Hopefully I will see it soon. But next week at GDC, perhaps we will learn more about this. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, guys, look at this. This is really interesting. Like a, perhaps an older VR game affected the mainer, and now we have the successor affected the Asylum. And this will be released in summer 2026 on Quest and PCVR. And yeah, we are in a sanatorium, and like this is really creepy. There are like different experiments and so on. And look at this, that looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, we have to survive, of course. Looks like we also have weapons. And when I see the screenshots, that looks really good. Like perhaps this is the PCVR version that they show. Look at the reflections here and the shadows and so on. So I'm a huge horror fan, and I'm absolutely looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure I will show that on my channel. Yeah, and one of the most famous VR games, Walkabout Mini Golf, will get a DLC on March 12, 2026. Will cost $5. And this DLC is called Passport Hollywood. And that means we dive into the golden age of filmmaking. Also, the developers of the studio, they know about Hollywood. They before VR, they worked on like Hollywood series and so on. And so they know what they are showing. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure I will show it on my channel. So really, really cool. And another very, very famous VR game, Puzzling Places, is coming to PCVR. It's already available for other platforms like Quest, PlayStation VR 2, Pico as well, I think. Yeah, and even the Apple Vision Pro. And now it's coming to SteamVR. It's optimized for PCVR, very nice textures and so on. And it's a really nice, relaxing game where you can change the difficulty. If you have like 1,000 pieces, you can do that and then craft the puzzle. And it will be released on April 9th, 2026 on Steam. Really, really cool. Yeah, and let's check out the releases of March, the VR games. We have a nice article here from Upload VR. We have Iron Salvation. This is a science fiction RTS tower defense game. Comes for PlayStation VR 2 and it was already available on Quest and Steam. Then we have Peak Rhythm. I showed that on my channel. This is like a rhythm game where you have to climb and spin like this small buttons, and it will come to Meta Quest. And then we have a Rager. This is also a rhythm fighting game, rhythm combat game. Is already available on PlayStation, on Steam and Quest, and will come to PlayStation VR 2. Then we have Drum Beats, of course, yeah, Drum Beat Simulator. Is already available on PC VR and Quest, will come to PlayStation VR 2. Bootstrap Island. This is a really nice looking adventure. I would say the pirate survival adventure thing. And this will leave early access and is only available for PC VR right now, later on PlayStation VR 2. Then Parkour Labs. Yeah, of course, this is a parkour game. Is already available on PC VR, will come to PlayStation VR 2 and Quest. Then we have this player here's Pericoto. This is a horror game, like in Icy World. This will come to PCVR only. And then we have Skyleap. This is another parkour game. Will come to PCVR and Quest. And was already available on PlayStation VR 2. And then we have Orbital Overdrive. This is like an arena shooter thing. Crazy. And it will come to PCVR only. And then we have Mate of Scare. This is also like a survival horror game. Looks really nice. And it will come to PCVR, PlayStation VR 2 and Quest. And then we have Prison Simulator. Yeah, of course, this is a prison simulator. And it will come to PCVR and Quest. And here we have Gun X. This is a shooting range, also with PvP. And it will come, it's already available on Quest. It will come to PCVR. And then we have Bloxer. This is like a party game. I would say it's a party game, yeah, for multiplayer and so on. It will come to Quest. And then we have a Virtual Hunter, a hunting game, of course. is already available on PCVR and gets out of early access, and then also on PlayStation VR 2 and Quest. And then we have VMX, biking simulator, will come to PCVR and Quest. And then we have Beyond Sandbox. This is a shooting multiplayer sandbox experience, will come to PCVR only. And then we have Shop and Stuff. This is available for Quest and will come to PlayStation VR 2. Shopping simulator. And then we have Star Trek Infection. This is really nice. I tried a demo of that. Really interesting. And this will come to, it's a horror game in the Star Trek universe, and will come to Quest and PCVR. So these are the releases of March. And do you notice one thing? Nearly all of the games will come or are already on PCVR platform. I remember times when there was a month of only Quest platform releases. And we can see a little switch here because of the situation of Meta. Meta will not push VR games. They will push their hardware and the platform, but not the VR games. So I think developers are waiting a little bit and now say, okay, let's put our games on PCVR and so on. So this is a platform that still is there and will be pushed and has no problems at the moment, and that's interesting. That's very interesting because I'm also a huge PCVR fan since the beginning. I even started my channel in 2016 with PCVR. So yeah, we will see how the journey goes and what Meta is doing in the future. Weekly survey. So last week I asked you, this is very interesting, how do you play VR most often? Standing in room scale, standing stationary, seated, or lying down? And to be honest, this result of my English channel is exactly what I expected. I expected that most people are sitting in a chair because it's comfortable, and perhaps they come from work and they don't want to jump around and stand around and things. Of course, lying down is not much. That was like expected, of course. And so I would choose this one here. Normally, when I play private, I don't have much time to play private, unfortunately. But when I do that in room scale. But for my videos, I'm standing still stationary so that I don't walk out of the camera area and so on. That's the only reason. And seated, I play when I use like simulators, flight simulator. And that's what also people say standing and seated, flying, driving. Of course, then you play seated. So that's very interesting. So many people say they do a sim racing seated, and that's interesting. That like it looks like on my English channel there are more people playing simulators than on my German channel. Because when I see the results on my German channel, this looks a little bit different. So, also many people are playing seated, but like even as many are also playing standing. That's interesting, right? It's a little bit different on my German channel. I have no idea why, to be honest. Like, I don't know, but interesting thing. And now I want to know, this is a survey where you don't select something, you have to write something. And I want to know from you this week, which one is your favorite PCVR mod? And I'm only talking about PC games, not standalone games, PC games that run on your PC and that don't normally have VR support, but they got excellent VR support through mods. And now I want to know your favorite games. Which is your favorite PC VR mod games? Not only one, you can write as many as you wish. The focus is on games that normally don't have VR support, but you can also list games that have VR support but got much better through mods. A good example is Skyrim VR. The vanilla version is not so nice, but through the mods it's insane. So you can also write that, but focus is on PC games that don't normally have VR support. So you can find this here to answer in the. Don't write it in this comments. Write it please here. I will put the link in the description and in the first pinned comment. This is gonna be interesting, I think. And let's check out the releases. As always, you get 10% off all MetaQuest games with my code VoodooDE. And we have Skyleap. We talked about this in the March releases. This is a platform game. Then we have Ledino Labo. I showed you shorts on my channel. You can assemble like dinosaur skeletons. And then we have Rager. We also talked about this. This is a rhythm fighting game. Really interesting. And then on Steam, we have a Dino VR experience. We can learn about dinosaurs. Then we have AR edition. What the heck? And yeah, you fight against the AI in this strategy simulator. And then we have the Gallery VR Secrets, a gallery, of course. And then we also have Rager on PCVR. Then we have Dig to Escape. This is a prison escape simulator. And then on PlayStation VR 2, we also have Rager, and we have Iron Guard Salvation. This is a real-time strategy tower defense game. And we have on the Meta Ray-Ban display 2 new games. The first one is called Goat. This is a platformer game. You control it with a wristband. Yeah, like only movements with your hands. And then you have this platformer game. And then we have another game that is called 2048. This is a number game where you have to choose numbers and so on. And so this is really cool because you can play it and nobody sees that you are playing. So for example, if you go shopping with your wife and you don't like that, you're bored, you can just play games and nobody knows that you're playing games. like this is really cool. Yeah, so just download the newest update and then you can get it. Yeah, this were the releases this week. Okay guys, let's check out the sales. So Pimax has an interesting sale. So it runs from March 10 to April 10, 2026. And if you buy one of the headsets besides the Dream Air with my coupon code VoodooDE, you get the free return protection, which normally costs $10, and you get a 12-month extended warranty for free. This is crazy. For example, for the OLED model, this extended warranty is $219 extra. So you will get this for free if you go via my coupon code VoodooDE. And this is really cool. You have a personal employee that helps you. So if you use that code and you have any problems, I give you an email address of a Pimax employee that will help you individually. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. So until April 10th, go via I put all the links in the description. If you want to get the craziest one, it's the super Micro-OLED. And if you want to have a cheaper but still high-end, go for the Crystal Light. All the links are in the description. So, and on Quest, we have Siberia for $17.99. This is a really nice adventure. Operation Wolf returns. Action shooter for $6.99. On Steam, we have The Last Clockwinder. This is a nice puzzle adventure, 70% off. Paper Beast, also a nice adventure, 90%. Toy Trains, yeah, playing with toy trains, 80%. Then Underworld Overseer, this is a Dungeon Keeper clone in VR. This is 75% off. Focus on You, Virtual Girlfriend, 70%. And then we have Propagation Paradise Hotel, horror adventure, 75%. Hello Neighbor, a sneaking adventure, 75%. Alien Rogue Incursion is 75%. And Ragnarok, a music rhythm game, 80% off. So guys, please go in the description or in the first pinned comment. There is a link to the survey, and under the survey, please write your favorite PC VR mods. And also check out the Pimax links if you want to buy one. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up, subscription, bell, and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya.
VoodooDE